Hey everyone, so today we're going to get started on making a pot of gold with a rainbow across the backside. I'm going to be using this black embroidery floss for the pot of gold, this golden color for the coins, and then the typical rainbow colors. I have to use this purple here because I don't have a purple in the embroidery floss. We're going to use a 2mm hook. And I have a stitch marker and some scissors to the side. Let's get started with the cauldron pot. Getting started with the cauldron pot, I'm going to be doing it in the blue color just for the sake of being able to see the stitches on the video. The original pot is going to be black, but I'm going to use this blue color so you guys can see what I'm doing. So getting started, we're going to make a magic ring. So wrap it around, over top. Under the first one, over the second one, pull it through, yarn over, pull through. And we're going to do 8 single crochets into the magic ring. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to pull this down, tighten it down. We're going to slip stitch into the first single crochet of this round. So put through, pull through and pull all the way through. We're going to do a chain 1, and then in round 2 we're going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Continue with the 2 single crochets in each stitch. At the end we'll have 16 single crochets. I'll meet you guys back for the slip stitch. Alright, so we finished our 16 stitches. We're going to slip stitch into the first stitch of this round. Pull through, pull all the way through. Chain 1, getting ready for round 3. My middle of my magic ring is a little loose, so I'm going to pull the tail to tighten that down. And we're going to get started on round 3. Round 3 is going to be 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochets in the next. So we have our 1 single crochet and 2 single crochets in the next stitch. So 1 and 2. You're going to keep repeating this with 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch all the way around. At the end of this round you'll have 24 stitches. So we finished round 3. We're going to do our slip stitch, our chain 1, getting ready for round 4. So we're going to do 1 single crochet into 2 stitches, and then into the third stitch we're going to do 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2. We're going to repeat the sequence of 2 single crochets and then an increase of 2 single crochets in the next stitch all the way around. At the end of this you're going to have 32 stitches. I'll meet you guys back at the slip stitch for this round. So we finished our round 4. We're going to do a slip stitch here, pull through, chain 1, getting ready for round 5. Round 5 is going to be 32 single crochet back loop only. So we're going to be working into this top loop here, not the bottom one, just the top loop. We'll do the first couple together. So getting into this first top loop up here, like this. Yarn over, pull through 2, and we do the next one into this top loop here. Yarn over, pull through 2. And you're going to do 1 single crochet back loop only in each stitch all the way around. You'll have 32 stitches at the end of this round. I'll meet you guys back for the slip stitch. So we finish round 5. We're going to do our slip stitch, pull through. We're going to chain 1, turn our work, working into this previous row here. We're going to get ready for round 6. So we're going to do a slip stitch here, pull through, and pull all the way through, chain 1 again. And now we're going to do the sequence of 3 single crochets and then an increase, but we're only working into the front loops only of this row here. So starting with this first stitch, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and then 2 in the same. So 1 and 2. We're going to repeat this with 3 single crochets and then 2 in the same stitch, only into the front loops all the way around. At the end of this, we're going to have 40 stitches. So we finish round 6. We're going to do a slip stitch into the first stitch here, pull through, chain 1. We're going to do work with rounds 7 through 12. And it's 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. So we just do it like normal. 1, 2, 3, 4. At the end of each round, you're going to do a slip stitch and chain 1 to get ready for the next round, working from rounds 7 through 12. You'll have 40 stitches at the end of each round. Alright, so we finished rounds 7 through 12. This is what I have so far. We're going to do a slip stitch, getting ready for round 13. We're going to chain 1. And for round 13, we're going to do 3 single crochets and 1 decrease. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do a decrease. So we're going to go into the next available stitch, yarn over, pull through all 3, and that's our decrease. We're going to repeat the sequence of 3 single crochets and 1 decrease all the way around. At the end of this round, you will have 32 stitches. So we finish round 13. We're going to do our slip stitch here. Getting ready for round 14, chain 1. In round 14, we're going to do 2 single crochets and then a decrease. So we'll do 1, 2, and then a decrease, 1 and 2. Pull through all 3, then repeat 2 single crochets and 1 decrease all the way around. I'll meet you guys back at the end of round 14. So we finish round 14. I have 26 stitches at the end of my round. We're going to do a slip stitch, getting ready for round 15. Chain 1. And round 15, we're going to do 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochets into the next stitch. So we do 1 and then an increase of 2. 1 and 2. And we're going to repeat 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochets into the next stitch. We're going to do this all the way around. At the end of round 15, you're going to have 36 stitches. Alright, so we finish round 15. We're going to do our slip stitch like usual with a chain 1. And we're going to go ahead and cut this. And that's going to be into the round 15. For the top here, I'm going to make a magic circle that's going to have the same number of stitches to put on top of here, and then stitch it together here at the top. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that. Alright, so let's make the lid for the cauldron pot. This is what I have so far. Added some polyfill to the middle here. We're just going to make a lid to cover up the top. Grabbing our yarn, we're going to make a magic circle under the first one, over the second one. We're going to do 8 single crochets into the magic circle. So here we have our 8 single crochets. We already did our slip stitch. We're going to chain 1, getting ready for round 2. We're going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch all the way around. We're going to have 16 stitches at the end. I'll meet you guys back. Alright, so we finished round 2. We have 16 stitches. We did a slip stitch and a chain 1. Ready for round 3. We're going to do 2 single crochets and then an increase. 2 and then an increase. 1 and 2 in the same stitch. You're going to repeat this with 2 single crochets and then an increase all the way around. I'll meet you guys back at the end of the round. Alright, so we finished round 3. We did a slip stitch and then a chain 1. We had 20 stitches at the end of that round. So for round 4, we're going to do 1 single crochet and then 1 increase. So 1 single crochet and then an increase. And you're going to repeat this all the way around with 1 single crochet and 1 increase. At the end of this round, you're going to have 30 stitches. Alright, so we finished round 4. We need to do our slip stitch here. Our slip stitch, chain 1. We're going to get ready to do round 5. We're going to do 4 single crochets and then an increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase of 2. 1 and 2. You're going to repeat this all the way around with 4 single crochets and then an increase. At the end of this round, you're going to have 36 stitches. Alright, so we finished our round 5. We're going to do our slip stitch here and our chain 1. So we're going to grab our cauldron pot, and there's kind of a seam over here. You can kind of attach it wherever you want, but I'm going to attach it over here on the seam so that it all kind of blends in. Alright, so we did our slip stitch, and we're going to go ahead and do our single crochet rounds. So lining up the single crochets on the lid and the pot, you're going to go through both of the loop sets. You're going to yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2. You're going to do this 1 single crochet all the way around until the lid is attached onto the pot. Alright, so we finished our pot, and we have this one here. This is the black version that I made. This is what our gold coins are going to look like. I ended up making 9 gold coins. You can make as many as you'd like. They're pretty quick and easy to make. Alright, so we're going to get started on the coin. You're going to take your golden color yarn. We're going to make a magic ring under the first, over the second, twist around, pull through. And we're going to do 6 single crochets into our magic circle. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to pull this tight. These are our 6 single crochets that we got. We're going to slip stitch into the first stitch of the round, like this. We're going to chain 1, and now we're going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch of this second round, like this. We're going to chain 1, pull up just a little bit, you don't need much at all. We're going to go ahead and trim this. So once you trim it, you're just going to pull it through, pull it tight, that way it stays in place. This one here on the bottom, we're not going to do anything. It's so lightweight, we don't really need to weave it in anyways. So we're just going to trim it short and lay it down against the back. So to get rid of this little tail bit here, we're going to go into one of the previous stitches through the back side. Grab this yarn here, little string, pull it through to the back side. We're going to do that a couple more times just to make sure it stays out of the way. So going through the front side of another stitch, pull that thread through the front, through the back side of that stitch, we're going to pull it through. Once you've done that a couple of times, I do about 3 times for each coin, it seems to stay in place better. Lay it across the back, trim it short, that way it's out of the way, and there you go, you have a little gold coin for your cauldron pot. And then we have our little coins. I'm not going to secure my coins onto it, I'm just going to place them here. I made 10 coins, or 9 coins, I'm sorry. And I just place them like this. And it kind of looks like it's a pot full of gold. So I want to add a little rainbow to go across the back here, just to make it look a little more whimsical. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that. Alright, so let's get started on our rainbow. This rainbow is going to end up being a circle that's folded in half to make a half-size rainbow. We're going to start from the center of the rainbow, working our way out. So we have our purple yarn. We're going to make a slip knot. And we're going to chain 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So now that we have our chain 9, we're going to take this and we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch of this round. So pull through and pull all the way through. We're going to chain 2. Chain 1, chain 2. We're going to place a half double crochet into the same stitch that we did our slip stitch. So yarn over, put through, yarn over, pull through all 3. And then we're going to put 2 half double crochets in each chain space until we get back to this chain 2 space over here. So we're going to yarn over into the next stitch, put through, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and one more. So put through, yarn over, pull through all 3. So continue with 2 half double crochets in each stitch until we get back to this chain 2 space. So we finish round 1. We're going to into this chain 2 space. From the beginning, we're going to do a slip stitch right here. We're going to pull through, pull all the way through. You can go ahead and chain one, and you can go ahead and cut this. And we're going to get started with our blue yarn next. Alright, so grabbing our purple that we have here, into the slip stitch spot that we had on the last row, we'll put our hook through. I'm going to secure this blue yarn with a slip knot. Put our slip knot onto our hook. We're going to pull it through, secure it with a chain one. We're going to chain two, and into this same spot we're going to do a half double crochet. So yarn over, put through, pull through all three, and then we're going to do one half double crochet in the next stitch. I'm going to keep this purple tail atop of the other stitches so that it's weaved in and I don't have to worry about it sticking out. So we're going to do one half double crochet in the next stitch. So yarn over, pull through, and then into the following stitch we're going to do two half double crochets. So one and two, and then you're going to repeat one half double crochet, two half double crochets, one half double, two half double. You're going to do that all the way around. At the end of the blue you're going to have a total of 27. You're going to come back to this chain two spot from the beginning and you're going to slip stitch here. I'll meet you guys back. Alright, so we finished the blue. We're going to do our slip stitch here into that top chain of the chain two. Slip stitch like this. Go ahead and chain one. You're going to go ahead and cut this. Right, so we attached our green yarn with a slip knot and a chain one. We did a chain two getting ready, and then we're going to do a half double crochet into the next stitch. And then we're going to do two half double crochets. One and two. And then we're going to do one half double crochet in the next two. So one and two. And we're going to keep repeating two half double crochets and then two half double crochets in two separate stitches. So we do one, two, and then we're going to do one half double crochet in the next two stitches. So one and one. So then we're going to repeat two half double crochets in one stitch and then one half double crochet in two stitches all the way until we get to the end. I'll meet you guys back. So once we did that sequence, we have one stitch left on this round. And then this stitch we're going to do two half double crochets. So one and two. And we're going to slip stitch into the chain two space from before. Chain one to secure and go ahead and cut that. And we're going to get started on our next. Alright, so this is what we have so far. We have our yellow yarn. We're going to attach our thread here in this chain two space right here. Just like this. Put through. Get our slip knot. Put our slip knot on our hook here. Pull it through and secure it with a chain one. We're going to chain two, getting ready for this round. So chain one, chain two. And we're going to do one half double crochet into this same chain two space here, just like that. And then into the next stitch we're going to, in the next three stitches we're going to do one half double crochet. So one, two, 3, and then we're going to do 2 half double crochets. So 1, 2. So we're going to repeat this sequence of 3 half double crochets and then 2 half double crochets in the same stitch all the way around. I'll meet you guys back at the end of this round. Alright, so this is what I have after finishing the yellow color. I did a slip stitch with a chain 1 and cut. So we're going to attach the orange into that same chain 2 space. We're going to put it here, pull through, get this yellow guy out of the way, secure it with a chain 1, chain 2, getting ready for the round. We're going to do a half double crochet into the next stitch. So 1 half double crochet, and then we're going to do 2 half double crochets. So 1 and 2, and then we're going to do 1 half double crochet in the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to repeat. So we're going to do 2 half double crochets and then 1 half double crochet in the next 4, and then 2 and 4 and 2. Repeat that until we have 2 stitches left. I'll meet you guys back at the end. Alright, so in the last 2 stitches, we're going to do 1 half double crochet in each. And then we're going to do a slip stitch into the chains 2 space from the beginning, chain 1 to secure, and we're going to go ahead and get started with our red. Alright, so this is what we got. We're going to do the last one. Same way we've been doing the other ones. We're going to attach it here in the chain 2 space with a slip knot. So we're going to pull it through, chain 1 to secure, chain 2 to get ready for the round. Into the same stitch we're going to do a half double crochet. Into the next 5 stitches we're going to do 1 half double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you're going to do 2 half double crochets into the next. So 1 and 2. So repeat 5 half double crochets and then 2 half double crochets into 1 stitch all the way around. Meet you guys back at the end. Alright, so we're about finished with this round. We're going to slip stitch into the chain 2 space from the beginning. So to make this look like a rainbow on the cauldron pot, we're going to have to fold it in half. And for me, because I want mine to stay together like this, I'm going to do a single crochet in each stitch from one end to the other end. So getting ready to do this round of single crochets, we're going to line them up and just do a single crochet here, and then each stitch all the way across and just do 1 single crochet. Just like this. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to. I just want mine to stay together in a half rainbow instead. So I'll meet you guys back when I've finished doing this. Alright, so This is what my rainbow looks like. Mine's attached together, it doesn't come out. I'm just gonna use my hook to pull this through. We're gonna come out here through the back side bottom. Kind of just grab the thread here and pull it into the middle of the rainbow. Nobody will see it. It'll be out of the way. I'm going to trim off this excess here. And there you go. This is our rainbow. Alright, so I have this spool of wire. You can typically use this one for clay. It's a very flexible, soft wire. Alright, so I shoved the wire through here. All I did was slip it through one of the slots from the stitches and put it in. That way to help keep the rainbow upright. We're going to take the pot of gold and I'm going to basically, on the back side, I'm going to shove the wire into an open available stitch and place it the way that I want to. Alright, so this is my finished pot of gold with its little rainbow. I slid the 2 wires into the top of the cauldron pot, kind of just keeping it in place. At this point, it can stand on its own. No problems at all. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.